Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, big hello to you too, thanks for tuning in. I'm Katie and today I'm playing with some new coloured pencils. Woo! So they are the ARTEZA brand. They're everywhere, they're on YouTube, they're on Instagram, and they are constantly plastered all over Amazon. I think I got them for about £15. I'm not sure what that is in dollars, but that's pretty cheap compared to Prismacolor. So I thought I'd do a swatch before working them into a picture. I noticed a lot of the colours were quite similar. A lot of the yellow tones were very similar. For example, the sunflower and the turmeric colour, they might as well have been the same. And I noticed there's a lot of blues, and there was ultramarine and blueberry. They're pretty much the same again. I don't know, I'm not happy when that happens. I know they do larger sets of these coloured pencils, so why not include more variety rather than too many similar ones. I've noticed as well that one of the coloured pencils, the actual barrel actually had a split in it, and that's quite annoying really. I've never had that even with cheap brands from cheap art stores, so I was a bit disappointed there, but that might just be a quality control issue and that just might be a one-off. Now I'm obviously going to compare them to coloured pencils I already have. They felt quite waxy going down. I know Prismacolors are a little bit on the waxy side, but that seemed quite workable. These seem a bit more waxier, if that makes sense. And comparing them to Derwent and the Polychromos, again, they felt more waxier. They seemed to slide across the paper rather than grip. That's only in my opinion anyway. I'm using one to outline my picture. I've drawn it in regular graphite first, but I don't want a dark outline. I want a neutral outline, so I've gone in there with an olive green, and that will be the base outline for my drawing. I'm also using these with marker pens because most of the time in my sketch pad, that is how I will work with coloured pencils. It just extends highlights and shadows, and it makes blending a lot more smoother as well. The sketch pad I'm using is a Canson XL mixed media sketch pad. Boy, that's hard to say. They're one of my favourite sketch pads to work with. They're a bit of a go-to for me. They fit in my bag quite nicely. I can take them with me to places. I absolutely love these sketch pads. Let me know if you want to see what's in the rest of the sketch pad. It is on my Instagram account, so you can check some of the images on there, but there's stuff I don't post on there as well. But yeah, let me know if you want to see a bit of a sketchpad tour. And I've used various markers for the laydown here, so there's Ohuhu, Spectrum Noir, I've used Chameleon, and cheap ones off Wish. I'm too broke to buy Copic markers. I think they're very expensive for what I use them for. I might upgrade one day. I did have a chance to upgrade when I visited Japan, but I ended up buying a lot of other things instead. Never mind, I'll just have to go back one day. And I've kept the colour scheme green here because every art material I buy, I end up with surplus green. Whether they've put too many green colours in or I just don't use them that much. So I wanted to give these pencils a bit of a start. So green it is. Let me know if you can relate. Is there a colour in a set of art materials that you never use and you end up with millions of, and it stops you from replacing an entire set because you'll end up with about 20 of the same colour, which is so annoying. So I did get round to using the coloured pencils for the hair detail. Unfortunately, my camera forgot to record this. I have recently bought a camera. I've been using my phone previously, so I'm still trying to figure it out, so please bear with me. The colour laydown is alright. I thought they'd be more vibrant over a darker tone, so that's disappointed me a little bit. They did work quite nicely to add texture to the grass, so I'll give them that, because I know the marker pen below was quite blotchy, and that was okay. I knew it would be anyway, and it covered that up quite nicely. I could get individual blades. They looked quite nice. But for the details on her hair, I don't know, I was quite disappointed, and I used the white coloured pencil to add highlights, and it didn't really show up. They didn't layer great on top of each other, is perhaps what I'm trying to say here. So that kind of works against them. It's only in my opinion. I mean, if you've used these yourselves, or if you're interested, for how much they cost, they're worth a try. What disappoints me a little bit is you can't replace individual colours. So when I use the whites and the blacks, because those are the ones I use the most, I'm going to have to use a different brand anyway. So that sort of lets them down a little bit in my eyes. It's a bit of a no-go. If they start releasing them individuals, or if they perhaps do small packs where it is just the blacks and the whites, that might be different. That might change my opinion. They're quite a new brand, so that might come in the future. We'll see. I will give it to them though, if you're just colouring in single areas, they are really vibrant. I'll definitely give them that. They just don't want to layer, and it's really annoying, because that's why I use coloured pencils with markers, is so I can layer and have a smoother transition, and I just wasn't getting that. So the chances are these will probably come with me to life drawing class. And that's not the graveyard of art materials for me. It does mean I will use them up. They don't go to waste. I tend to work quite quickly when I'm life drawing, so I'll just grab anything out of the bag. I don't really care what materials I use when I'm life drawing. Let me know if you want me to do a video on that, and I'll see if I can take a camera with me and do a time lapse of my drawings. Obviously I'm going to have to make sure that nothing is on show that will get me into trouble, but let me know if you want me to do a life drawing video. That will be starting back up in September for me anyway, so it'll be around about then I record, so let me know. So in conclusion, are the ARTEZA coloured pencils worth it? I think if you're going to buy them, do what I did and wait for them to be on offer on Amazon. I mean, at full price, they're quite inexpensive, but I like a bargain, and I only bought them because they were on offer. They're an upgrade from Crayola, I guess. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Crayola either, but I think if you really wanted to push the boat out, I would probably recommend the Derwent, the Faber-Castell Polychromos, or the Prismacolors. I think you're probably better investing a little bit more. But this is just my opinion. I'm not sponsored. You've got my honest opinion here. Let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this, if you found it useful. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe. It really does help me out. And thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.